So you probably can't see me, but I'm laying in bed. It's after midnight. It's probably close to 1 o'clock already. And I'm thinking, this is not our grandparents, our parents' Israel. Two generations ago, they have to worry about the earth. That was the main concern. Also survival, just food basics level. Our parents' generation, it was about the cost of cell phones and water bills. And, you lived in a city center, and I guess once in a while you'd go visit somebody in a different place, but generally you stay put. Today it's a hubbub, and with the internet and the smartphones and with WhatsApp and whatnot, everybody's connected. And there's a lot more freedom, but that freedom has also led to a lot more FKers. That FKers will translate its abandonment. Once upon a time it was trust in God, and the kids trusted in God. Today it might be the parents trusting in God, but today it's the kids just complete utter abandonment, exposure to the media. My own exposure to the media hasn't helped me, but there's not really much I can do about it. It's where I come from. I had a religious and a secular education. Unfortunately, I didn't go forward with the secular education to make a career out of it. Religious education, you can't make a career out of it. It's just not really possible. But, some of the things my cousin tells me, and some of the things I hear, they're really, really frightening. Some of the things I see. One of the thoughts of my life in Israel, going homeless right away is, things are going to work out. I'm going to find some really charitable people, and they're going to set me up, and they're going to find a nice woman for me to marry, and, I'm going to try my best to be religious, and from there. But today in the 21st century, 5782, we've got relative peace with all of our Arab neighbors. The government, I guess, in their desire for peace, has looked to the world for how to maintain a semblance of peace. And if mind over matter, I've probably fucked myself over because I believe certain North American beliefs, and those have hindered me for most of my life. There's also a big statement that ain't broken shoulder to a dumber know than I am. That by putting myself out there, I actually potentially causing myself harm. Some cowards and rabbis would not want to be photographed. With a certain part of their soul taken or stained, or I don't know. I heard a funny anecdote today, and I went to one of the synagogues, priest memberships. This didn't little learn, but I don't know, I guess I was so exhausted I couldn't. But this gentleman there, I see in the soup kitchen on a regular basis, he says, one of the things, the differences between Chabad and Satmar is that in Chabad, all non-Jews are Jews. And in Satmar, all Jews are non-Jews. It's funnier in Hebrew with a mix of Yiddish. So Chabad call Shagets Uyudi. Satmar call Yehudi Shagets. And quite frankly, that's the Judaism I grew up with. In the ultra-Orthodox community. And if you weren't ultra-Orthodox, you were non-Jewish. And quite frankly, I pulled that one over my first male social worker. It was my second male social worker. I think I had a male social worker when I was a toddler. My family had come for counseling. The social worker when I was a teenager was paying in wine. And I remember one time turning to saying that, you're not Jewish, you don't have to wear a kippah on the yeshiva. Of course I'm Jewish. I was kind of taken aback to a certain extent because I thought based on his demeanor and his lifestyle that he wasn't Jewish. I mean, yes, he is Jewish, but, for all intents and purposes, not counted as Jewish. Then according to the state of Israel, and according to the Right of Return, which is the polar opposite of Hitler. Hitler said if you had one Jewish grandparent, you're Jewish enough for me to kill you. And in the state of Israel, if you have one Jewish grandparent, you're Jewish enough for you to live here. Now, I come from a more or less Orthodox background, modern Orthodox, but I've had what to do with the ultra-Orthodox. I've had what to do with Kabbalah. I'm very confused. To some extent, I'm even a little bit of an anti-Semite. There are moments when I wonder, why the hell did Hitler kill my own grandparents? My parents looked at it, my family, for all intents and purposes, looked at me, but maybe that's the wrong perspective. Maybe they haven't been, maybe just giving me my freedom. But I guess the point I wanted to share was, this is a flowering and thriving economy, and there isn't really room for a beggar who's trying to find his edge, his niche. But at the same time, how else is a person supposed to grow economically? How else is a person supposed to find his way if he isn't pushed to his limits? I've got 3 WhatsApps going. I've got WhatsApp and WhatsApp calling, WhatsApp business. I've got an American number and 2 Israeli numbers. And I'm constantly talking to I don't know who. And I'm trying to blog and I'm trying to put out information that might be interesting to somebody. I'm trying to get my message out there that maybe some beautiful woman will want to be my wife, and maybe some billionaire will want to chip me off a couple of million and set me off for life. Preferably it'd be a woman, but there's always that risk of a male billionaire gives you a couple of million. What's he gonna want from you? He's gonna want to come over and fuck you or suck you, or I don't know what. If it's a woman, hopefully. Well, I figure worst case scenario, she wants a couple sexual favors, but she's a good woman. She'll just want to guide you. But I'm a very homophobic individual. And the Torah itself says, this is loosely translating the words on a literal level. The man shouldn't lie with a man the way he lies with a woman. And quite frankly, I haven't lied with a woman in a year and a half, so I'm not even sure what that means. But if you want to take it on the way that most people have interpreted the Bible, this is don't be gay. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not. I can't speak out against homosexuals. I grew up in a very permissive North American culture. Which is not to say that you don't go have some gay sex in the corner, but at the same time, you should have straight sex in the corner. I remember working with a woman, and she told me she sometimes went to a sex club on Friday nights, and there was sex up on the stage. Maybe she participated. If you look at it from a biblical perspective, from a Talmudic perspective, and from a Christian perspective, and definitely from an Islamic perspective, it's hedonism and it's completely forbidden. But if you grow up in North American culture, and if you grow up in a perspective that, live and let live, people should use protection so they don't get STDs, and as long as they're not hurting each other, and even if they are hurting each other, agreed upon kind of hurting, there is such a thing as BDSM or whatever that is. I'm not like that. I'm a very, very boring heterosexual male. I want to go out and work a day job, and not even for the money, because I like what I'm doing, and then come home to my wife, or have worked with my wife, and then come home with my wife, and have a supper. I've had supper in a restaurant with my wife, maybe with my kids. I have sex with my wife, maybe watch a little bit of TV, a movie, and if I'm feeling in a religious mood, maybe I've gone to the big measures in the synagogue, studied and prayed a bit. But just a very, very boring heterosexual male. And I keep harping on this because I am a very homophobic guy. I do not like the fact that I'm living in a house with 2 other guys. To a certain extent, freaks me out. It's like, I do not want to live with other guys. I want to live with my wife, a woman. I want to live with a beautiful woman. And maybe that calls me too much Hollywood, too much TV and movies and porn. But at the same time, in my mind, it's a beautiful thing. If you've got a beautiful wife, And hopefully people aren't necessarily jealous, because that is a biblical prohibition not to be jealous of somebody else's wife, not to be jealous of anything anybody else has. But at the same time, you don't need whole house. If I could be if we could be whoever that woman is, if we could be a beautiful couple, and the kids could be well behaved and well educated, and even as a beggar on the street, as a greeter. It's not even the charity so much that I'm interested in. And I wish I could reach out and I could give away the charity. I wish I could be rich enough to have multiple houses, then I could give housing to other people who are in need. I'm not at that stage, and I'm still at the stage where I can't even really afford my own housing. I bought a fan tonight, and I'm like, I'm not sure there's really going to be money for groceries for the weekend. My cousin will say, oh, the railway, then the blog will take us in. I'm like, I do not want to go to the railway for a meal. I tried that back in Toronto, and when I found out that a friend close by, he was doing meals, and I had like 10 guys over every night, every Friday night, whatever. It was much more comfortable to go to the rabbis. He was to hang around with, the super ultra-Orthodox religious. Yes, he's doing right. He's got a beautiful family. I wish I could be, in his caliber, but I'd rather hang around with regular people. I'd rather hang around people and have a couple of shots and have some nice beef and a couple of salads and, shoot the shit and just feel comfortable. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the rabbi is better. Maybe it was the rabbi who raped him. I don't know. When I was at disability back then, and for all I know, my entire rent money was going towards paying for, my leisure activities over at the other guy's house, where we have the sodas and the steaks and the beers and the shots and the salad and the barbecues and all that. It's too bad there weren't any single women who came over. There weren't hardly any women there at all, ever. Well, maybe that's I don't feel bad. We were around the rabbis all the time. There's women who would come back. They're all over this place. There's there. I wanted to talk about the state of Israel. The truth is, I just wanted to wear myself out. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I sleep. And tomorrow's Friday. I ideally be on the 6 o'clock bus and get to Jerusalem, to the Kotel, the shoppers, and I collect by 50, and minimum 50, I should say, was hopefully a lot more. I miss the days when occasionally get a 200 shekel bill or a 100 shekel bill, or even getting a 50 is scarce. Today, thank God, there's 220s, a couple of 5s, a couple of 10s. Funny anecdote, there was one day early on, like 4 years ago already. I was sitting there on my bench, and not my bench, it's obviously a city bench. It's been removed since then. They were kind of building the elevator for the cooktop. And so I'm sitting there, and some woman opens up her purse, and she's about to hand me a 5 shekel piece. And I turned to her and I asked her, would you mind helping out my 2 friends? These 2 other guys who were sitting to my right, to my left, sorry. Ruben, he's like 80 years old, got dementia, and there's a guy from New Zealand, Steve Thorpe, he was going by then, but now he goes by, I don't even know what he goes by now, he's probably back in New Zealand. But last thing I saw him was by Joseph Robert Cohen. Whatever. Anyways, I asked her if she would mind helping him out. Also, she put back the 5 shekel piece, and she took up 200 shekel bills, and she had one to each of them and nothing to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways. No good deed goes unpunished. But, I don't even know why I'm putting this out there. I really don't. And hang up for now. Is anybody listening?